Hello, mystical beings, and welcome back to the forest. Today we are just communing with dusk and pondering the very questions of life and existence. And I really want to jump into discussing the different 7 elements of spirituality, because spirituality is a fundamental importance to so many of us as we deal with so many different traumatic experiences that we've gone through, as we try to understand who and what we are in this cosmos. And I feel like understanding these elements is really going to help us move through these different energies and allow us self-actualization and the ability to commune and connect with others at a higher consciousness. So these are the 7 spiritual elements that I see. Please feel free to let me know if you think of more, or if you want to embellish some of the ones that I'm going to share with you. So the first one is self-awareness. Now, for many of us, especially when we're younger, not a lot of us have self-awareness. We kind of want what we want when we want it, and we're running on a program. It's a basic need to have food, shelter, etc., and we don't really have that kind of separation between us and our desires. But as we grow and evolve, we start to realize, who is this corporeal form? What is the essence behind it that peers through these eyes? Who am I besides what society has told me, besides the child rearing that brought me up to where I am? It's about understanding who and what we are, finding our true self, the very core of our being, understanding all the programs that weave throughout our essence. So self-awareness allows us to take a step back and really examine what it is that we want to become. The second very important element, one of the most important in my perspective, is presence. To be present so that we can connect with this moment in time and space. Because this moment is the only moment that exists. It is in this moment that you are able to create and manifest everything. It is in this moment that you are having the thoughts that you are having right now. Everything happens in this particular moment. So to be present, to allow yourself to step into that moment in time and space, gives you the power to be able to choose where it is that you want to go. But you need to have self-awareness often in order to reach presence, or you need to have presence in order to reach self-awareness often. So they're very important to one another. The third element is compassion and love. To be able to see another being and empathize with that being, to feel love and compassion to not only yourself, but to the forest, to the trees, to the animals that you connect with, to the people. Understanding that we are all one, which leads us to the next element, connection. Sorry, I'm surrounded by my dogs right now and they haven't been out all, they're having a bit of excitement. Okay, wow. Speaking of connection, dogs are extremely loyal and connected animals. They thrive on not only the connection with their person, but on the connection with their group, with each other. Think about when someone goes to work, the dog kind of knows when it is that they're going to get back. They have like this internal sort of rhythm that can just connect with space and time that isn't even there with them. It's really fascinating. So connection, extremely important. We have to be able to connect and empathize and step into each other's shoes. It's a deeply important aspect in spirituality, especially when you're dealing with elements of guilt or resentment, different levels of trauma, because we have to be able to often step into the shoes of the victim or step into the shoes of the perpetrator so that we can understand the emotions behind what was going on and then live it through their perspective. Because we are all just different shades of experience taking form, and we really, really need to be able to understand one another, have compassion for one another, so that we can move and grow together. Otherwise, we separate, segregate parts of ourselves, not only whether it's like our parents or friends or other people that we know, but we separate those parts inside of ourselves as well. The next extremely important element is trust. we have to have trust. We have to have a deep sense of knowing that we are on the right path, that we are headed where we are meant to go, that we are being guided by the love of the universe, by a deep essence that runs within our veins, and that everything that happens in our life is meant to happen for a reason. Everything that happens serves to allow us to grow and transform and evolve to higher levels of consciousness. And then we have authenticity, the sixth element. Who are you? What do you want to be? What is your authentic self? We all have a spirit that works through our veins, that works through our minds, and to be able to express yourself in an authentic way. Sorry, my dog is just... My dogs are certainly expressing themselves in an authentic way, that's for sure. But exactly, what is authentic to you? What does society say that you can't do that you want to do, right? What did your childhood self want to do? We often look to our childhood selves because they're the ones that want to have fun. They're the ones that know how to have fun. Barriers, without rules, without regulation. We just knew how to be free spirits and how to play. I mean, some of us were a little bit conservative, my sister specifically, but some of us just wanted to have fun, to imagine anything, to dream, and just play. And that's what it is to be authentic. That's what it is to step into that truth, to realize that we are all just endless love wanting to express itself. And if that means being a weirdo and wearing a fairy crown in the forest, then by all means do that. As long as it doesn't hurt another person, do it. Have fun with it. Play with it. And the seventh element is growth. That is the ultimate element that many spiritual beings yearn for, to grow and evolve, to heighten their consciousness and reach a state of bliss beyond struggle. There's a little toad on the ground and he's trying to get away from the dogs. Winnie? Winnie, come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Growth. Come on. Now I'm encouraging the dogs to avoid even a basic primal need. They're growing. They're realizing, wait, I don't need to kill this little tiny creature. I can evolve past my basic needs and programming to want to rip something to shreds. I can evolve past that. I can grow past that and move into a state of something else, of play, basically. So growth is key. Being able to move through these various stages, being able to accept that you're in a particular phase of your life and know that it's going to change. This too shall pass. Nothing stays the same. Transformation is the law of the universe. Change and chaos. That is what we are here to explore, learn, and integrate. So those are the seven. I'll go over them again. We have self-awareness, presence, love and compassion, connection, trust, authenticity, and growth. So I'd be very interested if you wanted to share in the comments what experiences you've had with these different elements, if there's more you'd like to add, which ones you've maybe had a hard time with, and which ones you felt were easy to assimilate into your life. I know for me personally, often presence is one of the most important, I find, and yet it's one of the hardest things to do because our programs seek to pull us away. They seek to take us for a ride on someone else's roller coaster that maybe we don't want to go on, and yet we almost feel powerless sometimes to make our own decisions, to make our own paths forward. So to be able to connect to the present moment and find that truth inside of yourself and to beat to your drum is extremely important, as the dog agrees with me. So please feel free to comment, like this video if you felt called to, and suggest maybe any other topics you might feel called for me to share with you. I would love to connect and share any ideas.